Hello everyone, and welcome back to Book Club Preview. I'm Michael, and today we're looking at the Penderwicks At Last, Chapter 22, An Ending. Now, this story starts off with Lydia, of course, and she lays some berries at the feet of Zeus, kind of like an offering, and she's, kind of telling Zeus, I'm going to miss you, and I hope you're well. And she does a little dance for Zeus, and she's just kind of saying goodbye, getting it out of her system, saying goodbye to the whole place. And then she hears this Lydia kind of sound, and oh my goodness, it's Miss Tifton again. She keeps appearing. It's like every other chapter, and she has a gift, crazily enough, for Sky and Rosalind. And she's like, oh, here's a gift for Sky and Rosalind. And Lydia's like, what? You got him a gift? She's like, oh, no, it's stupid. I'm not going to give it. And she's about ready to take it away. And then Lydia's like, no, I mean, thank you. But she was really confused. And then finally Miss Tifton's like, oh, here, just take it. And then she gives it to her and goes away. And now Lydia's really confused. What is she going to do with these presents? I guess there's one part in there with Miss Tifton where she kind of decides whether or not she wants to hide, because she doesn't want to see Miss Tifton, and she thinks about running away or hiding, but it didn't work because Miss Tifton goes through the secret patch, and Mrs. Tifton has like sticks in her hair, which is pretty crazy. But anyway, she has these presents. She's not sure what to do with them, or if she should even give them to Sky and Rosalind. Well, she runs off to this MOPS meeting, or this is a MOPSPJ, because there's Jeffrey in there and siblings. I don't know who the P is for. Maybe I spelled it wrong. Anyways, all the sisters are together, and they start kind of reminiscing of the first MOPS meeting that Jeffrey had. And they're just chatting and trying to remember it. And then Ben's like, oh, Jeffrey, didn't we have a MOPS meeting before? It was just you and I. It was a secret one. And we talked about girls. And Sky's like, what? And Ben starts to talk more. And Sky's like, what? And Jeffrey's like, it was a secret. Secret, I'm serious. And so then Ben stops sharing, and then Rosalind is trying to get control, and she's like, all right, come on, let's promise, let's swear in. And they try, and then dogs come in, and they kind of, everything goes crazy, and they get dogs under control. They try again, and then boys come in, and they're getting the dogs, and they try again. And then I think the fiancés are like, are you in there? And they're trying to talk to their wives. And then they try again, and they do it, and Rosalind just says, hey, thanks everyone, this is so fantastic. And then everyone goes away. When everyone's gone, Lydia grabs the bag, and this bag, probably a designer bag. I don't know who the designer is, maybe you do. This really fancy designer bag. And she's like, oh, I need to hide this bag. And so she turns it inside out. And then she puts the presents in there. So then it just looks like a normal snack bag. It just looks white. It's not that special. And so she's walking, and she's going to go talk to her parents, I think. But Jeffrey and Batty, they recognize that something is wrong with Lydia. And so the dogs get her and make her stop by jumping on her and licking her. And then Jeffrey and Batty grab one arm and one arm. And they're like, Lydia, come on. What's going on? I was like, what are you guys talking about? Nothing's going on. And they said, Lydia, when you get nervous, you start tugging your right ear. She's like, I'm not nervous. And then they're like, come on, tell us. And she's like, okay, fine. Your mom gave us these presents, and I think they're going to be wedding veils. And they're like, okay, well, let's go check them out. So they go into the greenhouse, they open them up, and they are wedding veils, but they're incredibly beautiful. And they match Sky and Rosalind's dresses perfectly. And they're just like, Batty and Lydia are just like, "Oh, my precious," and they're just so excited. They just want to touch him, and they're like, "Oh, can we try them on? Can we wear them?" And they just feel so beautiful, and then they start to sing and dance, and they think they're amazing, but they also don't think they should tell Sky and Rosalind. But they put him back in the boxes, they wrap him up, and they make him look just like they did before. And then they go out into the world, and that's how the chapter ends. Well, Jeffrey does say they look very beautiful, and that they won't be getting married for a long time yet. Vocabulary, not as many in this chapter, as much shorter. The first one is inject, and that just means to maybe you probably know injection, right? You get a shot in your arm, you get an injection, but something is being pushed into you. And so that's kind of what inject means, pushing into someone. I can't exactly remember when this is used, probably in a conversation where Mrs. Tifton or maybe Lydia just says, I think Miss Tifton injects into the conversation and says, "Stop being so huffy." Lydia starts to say like, "Oh, but I have to go, I don't have time," and before Lydia can finish her sentence, Mrs. Tifton injects, she pushes in to the sentence and says, "Oh, stop being such in a hurry." And that's what huffy means, like, "Oh, I gotta go, I'm sorry, This is kind of breathing pattern. "Oh, stop being so huffy. This will only take a minute." Tranquility. This is during the MOPS meeting. This kind of peaceful, and they're talking and sharing. And Lydia doesn't want to disturb it by bringing in these presents of dun 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 Mrs. Tifton's name. Tranquility, peace. In the last chapter, we had the word serene. Serene and tranquility are very similar. Sheepishly is kind of like, a sheep is very shy. And so if you try to go touch a sheep, it might go away, and run away. And so I think Lydia compliments Inam. "Oh, you're wearing your shirt, you look great," or something. He's like, "Oh, thanks." It's kind of a little shy, sheepish. And sheepishly is describing an action. Untwined. The two dogs get tangled up, and they have to untangle them. We can think about maybe headphones. After you take them out of your pocket, they're all mixed up, and you have to untwine them. There we go. To separate them. And this is in past tense. Loathe, or in our story, loathed. Lydia loathed the bags. Means she was getting to really, really hate them. This deep, deep hate. Not just anger, but like, I hate you so much. This deep hate, loathe. And I believe the last one we have here is exquisite. And this is describing the bridal veils, the wedding veils. They're just so beautiful and detailed and delicate and incredibly special. And this is exquisite, done with such detail and skill. And I think Lydia, or the book even says that maybe a spider, the web in a spider, could have made these veils because they're so fine and soft and precise and beautiful. Exquisite. And the discussion question for this chapter is, what do you think Batty, Lydia, and Jeffrey should do? They have these gifts for Rosalind and Sky, but it doesn't look like at the end of this chapter that they're going to give the gifts to Sky and Rosalind. What would you do? What do you think they should do Should they tell Rosalind and Sky about the veils, or should they hide them? Okay, what do you think they should do? That's the easy part. But then I want to know why. Why do you think they should do that? And then, of course, please write your own discussion question. You've been doing that already, and I've appreciated it so much. We've just been enjoying your questions and your comments and just being able to talk about what you want to talk about. It's been fantastic. So keep doing it. You're doing a great job, and thank you. Well, that's all the time that we have. Thank you so much for joining me today for this episode of Book Club Preview. Bye-bye. Hey, if you have any questions about the video today, please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section. If you had any other vocabulary words that you wanted to know what they meant, let me know. And also, if you're interested in maybe joining one of these book clubs, please leave a comment and I'll get back to you. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.